Yo, here we go. Got to dive into this. I got to whoop up my lather. I'm using my wolf whiskers. This beautiful, beautiful brush. And Jerry Stark shave soap. Unobtainium. Unobtainium. It's a nice like baking spices, but a little sweet. Very nice scent. Today, I'm using a new to me Shavette. Or as the common people would say, Shavette. Yeah, I don't know why I started looking. Oh, what it was is, I think, I decided this is ridiculous. I've got razors I won't shave with anymore because they just don't work for the moneymaker. And I'm like, what's the point in keeping these not being used? So I decided to throw a couple up on the BST on the shaving cadre. That's weird. That's the one spot. There's not a lot of action at all on that BST, so I don't even know if anybody goes to look there. But I thought I'd give it a shot. And one of them was the SR71 slant. What? Just from the name, why wouldn't you want that? From the Holy Black. So I think I went there to see kind of what they go for, to see what I should set my price. You know what? You can't even get them anymore. They don't even sell them anymore. So if you want a hefty black colored slant razor, it's one available. Anyway, I think while I was there, I saw their Shavette, which I'm sure I've seen before. Here, it just looks kind of badass, don't it? They said bone scales. Takes a full DE blade. I'm sure you could use a half if you wanted to. The only thing that's kind of weird is like, so it's aggressive looking, and you can see how these the pins or the bolts or nuts or whatever here stand up pretty high or pretty proud above the surface. Here, a little lower, but here, and they're a little sharp on the edge, so I thought that was weird. But you know, there's far enough. You're not smacking them or anything. It's heavier than any of the other Shavettes I have. So I like that. Plus, you got the old Holy Black. Can you? Is it on this side? Yeah. Can you see it here? Yeah. So anyway, first shave with this. Well, I saw it on the web page, but you know, I don't like to pay retail, so yeah, went and found it somewhere else. Previously broken in, we might say. So we'll see. Tons of. Oh, so since we're doing, I guess, a review of this thing. So first of all, oh man, I like the weight. Seems to just let it glide down. You know, I've got a fairly robust whiskers, and on that downhill pass, I was just guiding it. It was just the weight more than enough for it to do its own thing. I like that. But I'm using a Wizamit blade in there. First shave. Oh yeah, man, that is smooth. I am digging this. I mean, I like have, and you can see like the blade is not shy about sticking out. It pokes out a good amount there, right? I don't feel it at all, man. And what's funny is because I'm sitting here thinking, well, is that the razor? Is that, I don't know. I mean, it's obviously can't be like what you feel on your face is right here. So none of this, other than, like I said, the weight or maybe the geometry, how easy it is to hold, affecting your strokes, really wouldn't play a role in what you're feeling on your face. Here we go. Anyway, which made me think, bone to pick with Barber Dave. I know he knows what I meant, but so there's a guy on the shaving cadre asking for help with straight razor shaving. And no, I do not use a straight razor. Can't seem to get a straight razor to work. I don't know why. What's happening with this lather? Like, look fine in the bowl. It's just, do I not have enough? Or we're looking a little. Anyway, I mentioned what I learned was trying not to keep total contact of the blade with your face, because you have curves. So there are places where, especially a longer blade, and Barber Dave pointed out a straight razor even has a longer blade, but a long blade like this, there are places on your face that are not flat enough for this thing to contact the entirety of. And the only way to do so is put more pressure, so you're pushing down the bumps, so you're touching the valleys. That was my only point, is that I imagine most places, most passes, you can do it. But like here, if you got an indent here and you're shaving, you need to find a stroke, and you can't worry about, you pull it so that you're only hitting maybe this on the outside curve there, because you can't push it so that you're hitting this, because you got like hills here, right, in a valley there. So you got to pull your valley over, and then maybe working just with the front half of the blade, just to carefully. Anyway, yeah, I still hold that worked for me, is not being concerned about trying to touch the entire length of the blade to my face. And that's got to be face dependent too, right? Because if your face is more filled in, I think you have probably fewer crooks and valleys, hills and valleys. If you are more gaunt, you're gonna have more. If you have a strong jawline, if you're trying to shave here, then anyway, I think I got it. That's all. So I said lots of errands today. I hate errands. And I knew I got to get my hair cut today. Should have done it last weekend, didn't. And then Super Bowl Sunday, we gotta go with everybody else under the sun to the grocery store. Have to hit a couple of stores for things, and then I don't watch them much anymore. But back when I was learning about Scotch, I watched a ton of YouTubers, Scotch tubers, whatever you want to call them. And I had my phone set up, if you got the earbuds in, it announces, it speaks your notifications when they come through. So I said, hey, notification from YouTube. Watch now, Scotch Test Dummies. And I think I didn't pay attention to the rest of it. I just happened to think, I haven't seen those guys for a long time. First of all, let's do the analysis of it. Man, that's beautiful. You know what? I could use a little bit, like I was saying, here, which takes a weird kind of pass, but I'm feeling distracted. Filming the video, this has a lot more blade exposure for me than my other Shavettes. And so I'm just not gonna, if I wasn't filming, I think I would do that third pass down there, but I'm just too not paying attention. Anyway, I decided to watch them, and they were doing the Botanist Gin from Bruichladdich, an Isla from not Jamaica man, the Isla from Scotland, but it was a cask matured wine. And I got to go listen to it again because I was only kind of partially listening, but it's aged, I think, 6 months. And don't know what cask. It had some color to it, so I'm assuming maybe it was an old Bruichladdich Scotch cask, which was probably an old bourbon cask. Anyway, it's super interested. So that got added to the what do we call it? Errand list for today. Got to go pick that up. But then I thought, you know what? So B Dave and I on Drinks and Dave's live some Mondays. We're doing one. Plan is for this coming Monday, we're gonna do our Super Bowl review again. We did it last year, where we review the commercials, the most important part of the Super Bowl. I think our favorite ones to shoot, there's lemon, are the schmalcohol tasting ones. But we've only done basically cheap vodka. And then we did an amazing one with rum. So that was, I think, I don't know about B-Dave. I'd say that was my favorite experience so far on our show. Very cool. But, pardon me. I was thinking I own enough gins, I believe, or I don't mind buying another one or two to do a gin tasting on Drinks and Dave's. And this wouldn't just be bottom shelf stuff, I guess. And then he said he probably does too. So it'd be interesting. I think that's as far as we got. So he's hearing it here now for the first time. I think we'll just send each other the list of what we have, hand deliver samples of what we have that the other doesn't. And then depending on how many, the ones that don't overlap are great because that expands how many we're tasting. And then, if that's not enough, then maybe pick up another bottle or two. Gin is interesting because I like it. Is that a question? I like it. But the way I enjoy drinking it without effort is in like Diet Squirt or something like that. I don't like tonic. I think I've tried that once and I just don't like tonic, so I don't like a gin and tonic. But for me, I don't know what you would call minimalistic. No, I don't know. I just feel like if you're drinking, so there's that, right? So just for enjoyment, like, oh, it's easy drinking. I'm enjoying this, whatever. But for most alcohols, I just have the philosophy of I want to experience the alcohol, which would mean drinking it neat. If you're drinking gin in a half a can of Diet Squirt, you're not experiencing the gin, right? It's adding to the flavor. You might enjoy it. It might be refreshing. All that's great. Cocktails, all that stuff. But if you want to experience something, you got to be drinking it neat, I say. Otherwise, you're altering what the original flavor was, which is fine if that's what you want to do, but just don't say that, oh yeah, this is an amazing gin if you do this and this and this to it. Well, then that's an amazing cocktail or whatever. Or like, what the heck? They were talking, I saw some post about what tequilas are better refrigerated or something. It's like, what what I heard was what tequilas aren't good, and so you have to chill down the taste and mute the flavors to make them more drinkable. Then why buy them in the first place? If you're going to mix it in with a daiquiri, whatever, do whatever you want. But don't say, oh, this one's really good if you chill it. Well, then how about you get one that's good before you even, anyway, I got on a gin soapbox there, didn't I? So I think we'll do. Oh, so I was saying, gin is a tough one for me. Almost even more than mezcal is. That to drink it neat, I have to be in a certain kind of mood where I want that, like, to put effort into enjoying it, which sounds weird. It's like, again, why would you do that? Well, that's a different type of experience. If you just want fill up your glass with ice and something and have some cocktail or alcohol, that's one kind of experience. But to sit there and think about the flavor, like, to me, gin punches you in the face with its flavors. And so you got to be in the mood for that. Kind of like very smoky, strong mezcal, same thing. That you're not just forgetting what you're drinking. Well, maybe after a couple you are. But, a few sips of that, you better be wanting to pay attention, because it's not going to just go down super smooth and you're going to not even be thinking about it. So, I don't know. There we go. Anyway, I got a bunch of errands to run. I'll see you on the forums.